Hello everyone, happy Friday. I had planned on coming on here live, but for whatever reason, the internet is just not working, and I just want to get this out to you. So we're going to make a video instead, and this way you can watch at your leisure, not miss a thing. And I wanted to play with some cards today. I asked my guides and angels, what are the messages that the collective most needs to receive at this time? And they're all really beautiful messages. There's a lot of synchronicity in the messages. You may resonate with more than one message, so make sure to listen all the way through. But for right now, I want you to choose the card that is really pulling your energy, that in this moment right now, you feel would be the most beneficial for you. So just tuning into the energy of the cards. This is card 1. This is card 2. And this is card 3. So again, I'll hold them out just like this. And just notice what happens in your body where you feel a pull. Maybe you hear the words 1, 2, 3 or purple, blue, and gold. Notice just the extra magnetic energy that you feel with one card more than another. What's your message for today? Okay, so we'll start with our first card, which is from the daily guidance from your angels, oldie but a goodie. And this card is Blessing in Disguise. So I'm going to read the card, I'll show you the card, and then I'll talk about the card. Blessing in Disguise. What appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. I also love that this angel looks like Stevie Nicks. So a little added bonus there. But I love this card because I think, especially in the times that we're in right now, where the illusion of control that was kind of there before, or the illusion of normalcy, I'll say, has really been stripped away. And it can feel like things are out of control and very chaotic, and it can also feel we can start to get grippy about things in our life, especially things that we want to unfold in a certain way, things we want to achieve, things we want to do, things we want to have. And so this card is really an invitation for, if you can just release your grip, soften, pull back, and trust that whatever is for you will be for you, and whatever is not will be removed so that something better can take its place. We are only engaging with life from what we can see right now. We might have visions of the bird's eye view. We might tap into that, but ultimately we don't know how it's all going to unfold. And that's the great mystery of being here. That's why we chose to come here. To play, to be surprised, to have things be spontaneous. And so the guides are just really inviting you to trust that life is always going to unfold for your best and highest good, even if things are coming in that are challenges. We don't have to look at them as bad or painful. We might experience them as painful, but we don't have to suffer through them. Everything is an opportunity for alchemization or transformation. Our life is not going to be without challenges, even when we ascend in our growth and development, where it's never going to be, just like smooth sailing beyond this point, because the whole point of why we're here is to evolve. And so if we just trust, like Jesus, take the wheel, Take a step back. Trust that anything that's being removed right now from your life is being removed for good reason. It might come back, it might circle back, and it might circle back in a higher frequency way, and you'll be able to meet it in a higher frequency way because it's inviting some space for you to do some deep healing work, or something better might take its place. And the things that aren't working out right now, or maybe there's a delay or just some frustration with timing, things not moving at the speed that you'd want them to. Just stop, take a beat, take a breath, just allow yourself to trust that it's all unfolding perfectly and that you don't need to rush this process. Take Mother Nature as a cue, and that's why it's so important for us to really live in alignment with nature, because she's always giving us cues. She doesn't rush herself. Here we are in March, and it can sometimes feel like, okay, well, it's gonna be spring, and then we get a snowstorm or cold weather, and it's like, okay, it's not gonna be spring. She unfolds at her own speed and her own timeline. She doesn't rush anything. So for us to trust that as well. And then the soul journey card, this is like a soul lesson that you're being invited to practice and step into. And that is actually the card of fear. Actually, I have James Van Prague's little signature here, so I love that. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. I love this so much because fear is indicating that you don't trust. Whenever we're in fear, it's because we're buying into the illusion of this matrix experience, and we're forgetting that love is our true anchor. Love is the only thing that's real. We forget who we're connected to, the unlimited and infinite resources, abundance, opportunity available to us, because we're getting sucked into what other people tell us the world is and forgetting our own spiritual power. So fear is just the invitation for more love, for a deeper trust in who you are and the power of who you are and the magic of who you are, and to just let things unfold in their own perfect time. And when we do that, we get to step back, we get to relax, we get to enjoy life. When we're not driving the bus, we get to take in the view. We get to be in the joyful experience. The whole journey is the point, not the destination, And even when we reach death, we transition. We're always moving. We're energy in motion. So the questions to ask yourself is, how might this experience be serving me? And what is love's perspective on this situation? So I love that. Second card, if you chose the blue, it's from the Crystal Angels deck, also by Doreen. And the crystal is Peridot. Life lessons. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing they contain. Another great card for us. We are facing a lot of our old conditioning right now. A lot of our mindset, the beliefs that we have that limit us from truly enjoying our lives or being fully ourselves in our lives. We're becoming more aware of unhealthy cycles and patterns, reactions, triggers, really big right now, that we pay attention to those. And so whatever is getting triggered within you, instead of just maintaining that reaction of I'm just going to keep getting triggered here, instead of maintaining that reaction, that's an opportunity for you to go, okay, there's work to do, because I still have a trigger. That trigger is still there. And as long as that trigger's still there, I can't fully, I'm always going to be in reaction to something else. I'm always going to be a victim to something else. When you don't have the trigger anymore, you're free. You're sovereign. Other people can be however they want to be, and you can just be like, yeah, man, do your thing. It doesn't affect you because you don't have an activation point within you anymore. You love yourself you embrace yourself, all aspects of who you are, and then you can also do that for others. So you don't stay in this dynamic of fighting with one another, or just playing out things in your life that don't serve you, because you develop this deeper relationship of love and respect and self-worth. So that's the card is just really inviting you to look at the triggers in your life. Peridot is also a great crystal. It's associated with Archangel Raphael, so the healing angel. So it's great for, releasing emotional tension, lower frequency energies, really boosting our vibe and our perspective of life. And the Soul Journey card, by the way, is from James Van Praagh. Really great deck. And the card that comes up here is failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. How perfect, right? So failure, and this is a program also, right? We've been taught to be afraid to fail, because so what that does, it creates this fear response. And we don't want to do anything wrong. We don't want to do anything bad. So we become self-edited, and we shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink. And that's a program, by the way. That's a program that's been installed, because the smaller you are, the less power you have. So this is really all about taking your power back, and recognizing that, to the ego, failure equals death. Failure equals rejection. Failure equals, just all horrible things happening. Whereas the soul, failure is growth. Failure is fuel. Failure is learning. It's information. It's building resilience. It's building so much inner wisdom. The soul actually loves failing. The ego does not, because it lives in a perfectionistic world. But the soul is like, bring it. Let's fail. Let's mess it up. Like, let's just go for it. Let's get messy, because that is how I'm going to find my way. That's how I'm going to find my truth. If we're always so contained, if we're always like trying to do everything perfect, if we're always trying to show up in a certain way, we're not being authentic. We're not being true to ourselves. And so this is just an invitation for us to really look at our relationship to failure, and if we can maybe reorient that relationship a little bit. So the question is, if I wasn't afraid of failing, what would I do? And what are my failures teaching me to strengthen? Love that. And then the last card for us is the Keepers of the Light deck by Kyle Gray. Beautiful, beautiful deck. And the card that I pulled for us is Sanat Kumara, Light Activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Maybe some of you have been seeing Sanat Kumara or versions of this angelic extraterrestrial being. Light being. I know a lot of us who are doing healing work have started to see these higher frequency beings come in and really, really work on the body. So this card, especially if you've been noticing physical symptoms in your body, physical shifts, like maybe in one moment you're feeling a burst of energy, and another moment you're feeling so exhausted and depleted and just need to check out. If you're feeling emotional waves just like moving through you, in one moment you're happy and blissful and feeling so unbelievably connected to life, and then in another moment you're feeling like just totally stripped and raw, and just that everything is so painfully sensitive right now. We're getting work done every day. And so this higher frequency energy that's coming into the planet right now is it's working to clear out the density in our bodies, in our physical bodies, working to clear out these denser emotions, these contracts. That's why we're starting to really look at our programming and look at the world in a different way. Because, well, I never saw that before. I didn't know that was going on. How did I not see that? This activation of light is helping to strip the veil, so to speak. And bring things to light, and in that process, though, there is a purging, there is a clearing. There's a lot of grief that can come up too. So if you're noticing like you're in these cycles of grief, that's okay. Or anger, underneath anger is grief. So we got to work layer by layer wherever you're at. I channeled a lot of notes here, so I just want to make sure that I covered everything. The other message for this card. So first, it's just to know that if you've been feeling those physical symptoms, it's just the light activation that's happening right now. Don't fear, don't worry about it. Of course, trust your gut, trust your intuition, support your bodies. This is a time now more than ever to support your body, whatever your body needs. Really, really, really honor that. We are past the days of just pushing our bodies to the max. You'll notice your burnout time or your breakdown time is going to just shorten. We don't have the capacity anymore. And we're also shifting out of that paradigm. Like, why are we supposed to push ourselves into a state of depletion, like frustration, pain? Like, why? What for? That's not loving. That's very unloving to do to our sacred vessels who are, carrying us through this life experience. So really honor whatever body care you need. The other message for this card is if you've been holding back, it's time to step up, time to show your beautiful face to the world, time to share your voice, to come forward and to be seen and to know that you're safe to do that. So some of us who have some soul memories where there were times where it was not safe and we met a very tragic end, being witches or healers or visionaries in a time when that really wasn't allowed or invited, we are safe now. This is why we came back here, because this is our time to share our wisdom, share our voice, share our message, share our gifts. All the gifts that you have are here to better the planet. And that's the reason why we all have such unique gifts. Maybe some of us have similar ones, but our expression of them is unique and individual. And we need to give our individual selves, our individuality, to the world as an offering. It's so, so, so important. You're not here to be someone else. If you're trying to be someone else, you're betraying your own magic. You didn't come here to be anybody else. You came here to be you. And so really step into that power. Also, I will say this, there is a lot of canceling that's happening out there. And we need to question that. We really do need to question that. If me saying that triggers you, that's okay. That's a good, the trigger is inviting you to look a little bit deeper. Because anything that when we're canceling other people or canceling experiences or even the past, we're not allowing especially the past. The past happened. It unfolded as it did. We have to be real about what that was. And same with one another. When we're canceling each other, it's like, you're not allowed to speak. You're not allowed to have that opinion. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that. That's a dangerous, slippery slope. It really is. And we need to listen and allow and invite our individuality from one another, to invite in perspectives. We don't have to agree with all the perspectives, but we can let it be there. We can let it be there. We can let it be in the space and we go, yeah, that's absolutely not for me. But we don't need to cancel it. We don't need to take it away. And if we are doing that, that's a really great place to look at, what am I afraid of? Or what is this triggering in me? What's the reaction that's getting triggered in me? Because ultimately, we've been around for a long time. People have been doing a lot of crazy shit, saying a lot of crazy shit. It's never bothered us before, but it's bothering us now. And why is it bothering us now? It's important for us to all be able to express ourselves uniquely. This is not to say that this is a condoning of hateful behavior, but at the same time, it's like we can't cancel hate, but we can bring love to hate. And that's how we dissolve hate. When you cancel hate, you add more fuel to the fire. You add more energy. You add more activation. So we need to bring love to the energies that are seeking love. It's really important. So didn't mean to go on a tangent on that, but that was just really coming through hot. Again, it's like anything, the fear card, I'm just going to bring it back. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So whenever we're experiencing fear, it's like, this is where I shut myself off from loving. This is where I shut myself off from this. And if we're all feeling like we can't say or be or share things because people might come after us, that's a dangerous world to live in, and we're not here to do that. We're here to be authentically ourselves. So speak your words, share your gifts, and your truth. When we talk about speaking your truth, that's coming from the depths of you. That's not coming from the ego. That's not coming from the concepts of you. That's coming from the depths of you. That loving space. So truth is never going to, truth with a capital T, is never going to hurt or harm. But it might confront you. It might challenge you. And there's a difference. There's a difference there. So pay attention to that. The card, the soul lesson for us right now that's coming in, they just keep hitting, the hits keep coming. Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. I love that beautiful lotus unfolding too. So a lot of ego deaths happening now as we're getting activated, as we're stripping away the layers, as we're realizing, oh, that's not who I am, and oh, that's not who I want to be, and oh, actually I see the world differently, or oh, I actually want to express this. But and the things that used to hold me back are starting to slip away. And at the same time, I was really comfortable with hiding and with not being seen and pulling back. A lot of ego deaths right now. Don't panic. Don't panic. Your ego might. Remember, the truth of who you are is so much bigger than the concept of who you think you are. You are love. You are infinite. You are grace incarnate. You are magic. It's so much bigger than who you think you are. So let those things fall away so you can really get to know yourself and know your magic and know your love and know the depth of your love, so that you can share that unapologetically out into the world. So this is the death to become who we truly are. We must let go of who we are not. Really, really powerful. And the two questions here are, where in my life am I holding back from being all of who I am? Where in my life am I holding back from being all of who I am? And the second, what needs to, oh my gosh, my chicken scratch. Oh yeah. What needs to die so I can be free? Great card. Great question. Thank you everyone for joining me on this Friday as we dive into these card readings. I hope they were really helpful. I hope that you took some nuggets away. If you're looking for some extra support as we navigate through these times, I have one-to-one sessions available. I have 6 left for March, and then also booking into April. So if you'd like to grab one of those, I'll leave the link is in my bio if you're watching this on Instagram. The link is below if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're wanting to really create a consistent practice of connecting with your guides and angels, connecting with your body, connecting with the wisdom of your intuition, living in more synchronicity and flow with life, and becoming more present to just all the beauty we're just like really in a sparkly time. I know it might not feel like that out there, but there's so much magic that's unfolding for us right now, and becoming more attuned to that, really stripping the layers, as we were talking about, the layers of conditioning that are not who we are, so we can really know ourselves and really be ourselves and really love ourselves and really share ourselves authentically in the world. Check out Divine Feminine Mastery. It's a group for women that I've created. It's 5 years in the running now, and right now it's a really, really affordable membership. It's $47 a month. It will be going up in May, so just to give you a heads up. But it's I do a monthly energy angelic angel forecast, so very similar to the card readings here, but I dive into the energy of the month, what we can expect. I also lead a guided group meditation. Every week there's a devotional practice. I drop in, I'm in there every day, answering questions, offering support, tools, resources. And we're going to start amping up and doing more trainings in there, having surprise guest teachers. And our community is just so beautiful. The women in this group, so heart-centered, so devoted to their healing, their awakening, to each other and this process. It's really, really powerful when we can come together with others and do this work together. There's something really profound and beautiful, the support that I've seen of these women, and their vulnerability and and the safety that they've created in this space. So if you're looking for a space like that, I will leave the information in both those places as well. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to message me, or you can email me at love@meghanes.com. And I wish you all a beautiful and happy weekend. All right. Bye, everybody.